I hope they bring back Eddie, which was a robot that followed you. It was like a hover kind of
Hmm.
circular robot. That was kind of like your Navi in a
Yeah.
sense,
Okay.
um, except way less annoying.
You're listening to Passed Out, the podcast where history, mystery, the occult, and the cosmos collide. This week we're talking about Fallout, Season 2, Episode 5, The Wrangler. Stay curious, and welcome to Passed Out.
Welcome to Passed Out. I'm Josh.
I'm Arash.
How you doing this week, man?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
How's the weather in Florida right now? It's looking like it might snow today in Dallas.
it was almost freezing last night. It was barely
Yeah.
above like 32.
Yeah, it's been getting down to freezing here at night. But then it gets up to like 70, 80 during the day and I'm like this is ridiculous. It's fucking crazy
Th-
times.
I wore this sweater last night, um, just because it was so cold, and then I slept with it. Now
Yeah.
I'm like kind of regretting wearing this, but I don't feel like taking it off.
Yeah. It's a nice sweater.
I look Eastern European. I look like I'm from like Albania right now.
It
Hello,
fits.
Josh. Nico Bilic.
Yeah.
Dude,
uh,
there is this picture. I think it was like the Albanian prime minister, and he was wearing a suit, and then he had Adidas on, like Adidas shoes. I don't know
those
why
are the
they like
times we
Adidas
live
so
in now.
much.
I guess they're comfortable. I don't know if I've ever had a pair of Adidas. Trying to think if I have. I don't think so.
No, they're not, I mean, honestly, I have a pair. They're not that comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like up until about like 5 or 6 years ago, I pretty much only wore Chucks and Vans.
Yeah, that's
You know,
pretty much what I
and
wear outside of the one pair of
now,
Adidas.
and now I pretty much, and now if I'm not wearing Vans or my Chucks, I wear. I've got two pairs of Doc Martens, brown or
Oh,
black,
nice. Yeah.
that just kind of go with whatever outfit, especially when it's cold right now. And then I've got like my New Balance running shoes that, that's that's pretty much.
I'm still in denial about getting New Balances because
Dude,
that's
they're
like
comfortable.
I know that's the last sign of like losing my youth. It's getting a pair of New Balances.
That's what I got when I turned 35. I was like, I'm gonna get some New Balances.
That's usually the sign of you having to get a pair of them is turning 35 at least.
Yeah. Well,
Something you never think of when you're young.
I know. Well, the Vans and me having flat feet are not really doing it for my lower back, and as I approach 40. So
I'm surprised, man. I'm flat-footed too, and I usually wear Van slip-ons, and lately I've been getting chucks, and no problems
yeah,
with my back yet. But
yeah.
maybe I'm just not standing up enough.
Maybe. I don't know. I think I just, no matter what job I'm working at, whether I'm producing or whether I'm like at my actual job, like I'm sitting at a weird angle at my computer like this, kind of hunched over. So like I definitely have terrible postures. But, is what it is. What have you watched this week, man?
Well, I wanted to cover episode 5 of Fallout, which I thought was the best of the series so far.
Yeah, it is a very good episode. I think my hang up is that I just have less knowledge of the Fallout lore. So like I understand everybody's excitement, but I'm like I don't really know what's going on sometimes. I don't know a
What
whole
can
lot about the Deathclaws and uh
Well, they didn't really cover. I mean,
yeah,
the
I'm
first part of the
surprised that
episode
they were
was the
just
Death
like
Claws.
peace out. They
Yeah,
just
that's
kind of
what you
ran
do.
back out the gate. I
That's
know.
when the first time you see a Death Claw in the game, that's what you do. You're like, I need to get the fuck out of here because I'm not strong enough. So that
Yeah,
was pretty accurate in that sense. It
that's
was
amazing.
anticlimactic, but it sets up the whole FEV
Huh?
part of the story, and kind of see that with Norm and I forget the name of the
Yeah.
chick. I don't know why I'm thinking Valerie is her name, but I don't think it is.
She kind of looks like a Valerie.
Yeah. We'll just stick with that,
She's
Valerie.
kind of cute though, so why don't you come on over, Valerie? That's how
Um,
Norm was feeling at the end of that episode. He
the,
was just like
yeah, Norm.
cozying up on that desk. She's like, "I've only worked here for a week." Bro,
I know.
that is the trippiest thing for me is like you've worked there for a week and you went into cryogenic freezing because the company you're working for was like creating a nuclear war. That's
Yeah,
insane. Could you imagine starting a job and they're like, all right, this is what's about to happen? I'd be like, what the fuck?
I feel like we've worked for a place that um, would get all our time and would start a thermonuclear war.
Potentially. Other people in the industry for sure.
Yeah,
Especially now.
we've driven through places that look like went through nuclear war. What was the town that Willie Nelson grew up in? Uh,
I don't know. Where
looked
was
like
that at?
in Texas.
In Texas?
Yeah, man.
For
Let's
some
see.
reason I can only think of Viter, and I think it's because we were talking about that the other day.
No, it's
Where is
more
Willie Nelson
towards
from?
Dallas.
Oh, it's more towards Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, as far as I remember, could be Idaho, dude. I'm fucking retarded. No, Abbott, Texas.
Abbott, Texas.
Yeah, Abbott, Texas has the like. Funny enough, it looks like Prim in New Vegas. It was
Mm-hmm.
desolate,
Yeah.
but Freeside was cool. It was way more lively than the Strip was, which is
Yeah.
interesting. Um, the whole house part, I found, I kind of knew that. I mean, it was pretty obvious it was going to be two different houses, right?
Yeah, because like you're like, did they recast him or is this a decoy? And I'm glad it was a decoy. And like, dude, I I think that may have been my favorite part of of that episode was the conversation between Cooper and Robert House when he was in his like security room.
Hmm.
That was such like an interesting conversation.
Yeah, he predicts a certain date which matches the birthday
Right.
of
His
his
daughter.
daughter, which coincides with the bombs being dropped because he's at right. He's at his daughter's birthday, the first episode when when the place is nuked.
Well, they were at a different birthday party, weren't they? But it was also his daughter's birthday, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like he was working a birthday party and like they were like giving him shit about being a pinko and but like and then he like went to go get his daughter a piece of cake and when he came back out she was like so big reveal in this episode for his daughter and Barbara though being in, where Hank is in the cryogenic
Are
chamber.
they? Do you believe him?
They
Do you believe
showed
Hank?
their tubes.
Yeah, but they didn't show
With their
bodies in
name.
there.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they showed their names, bro, like and it looked like it was still cryogenically frozen, like the glass was, like, fogged up and you couldn't really see inside, so I'm assuming so, yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I kind of feel for him. Does he survive? Obviously, he survives, right? You see, spoiler. If nobody has seen the trailers for later in the season, there's footage of the ghoul with Thaddeus and Maximus. It
Mm.
looks like they're in New Vegas, so
I was wondering when they were all gonna meet back up.
should be soon. I mean, I don't know how you. He's a ghoul, so he can. He just needs some chems to reanimate his impaled fucking void of a body, but uh, he is gonna come back. Unless if it's somehow flashbacks. I doubt that. He's way too big and loved right now. You don't kill a
I
character
know,
like
dude.
that off
You
in
can't
episode
you
5.
can't kill yeah, dude, you can't kill Walton Goggins right now. um but what else was
That Lucy sneaking in the shop where she steals the power fist.
Mhm.
Um, that was pretty accurate in the game too, because when you kneel
Yeah.
down, just like the Elder Scrolls games, um, you get to see if anybody's looking at you. There's like a little eye icon on the top where if you're if nobody's looking at you, it's closed, but if someone's looking at you, it's fully open. And so her kneeling down was pretty accurate, and she had to do that at that point. Her even noticing the shopkeeper in the barrel, that's like something you would do
In the game.
in a Bethesda game. It's like, okay, I just killed the shop owner. I'm just gonna dump him right here. But I also don't know why she just didn't take more stuff once she had the power fist. And then,
She was panicking. She was having like a she was having a bit of a dilemma, mentally
yeah,
about who she was in that moment. She's like, "Wait a minute." So, I have a feeling
true.
she's going to find some clarity as now that she's,
With
dude,
her
that
dad,
medicine's crazy.
a
That
Dictol.
medicine? Yeah, dude. I wish that was real. Like, could you imagine if that was real, how much trouble we probably would have gotten out of back in the day?
Man,
Oh.
well, it's kind of like God, naloxone. What's the thing that people spray in their nose? My God, how am I forgetting this? God, dude, Narcan. It's kind of like
Narcan.
Narcan in a
Okay,
way.
that's what I was
Yeah,
thinking. All right, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. They have Narcan that you can spray in your nose? It's not
yeah.
always like it's not always a fucking like adrenaline injection?
No, no. It's that's a way more common one now. Is the one in your nose,
Oh shit.
and then you do. I mean, you just feel like shit because you're still uh, unlike a dick doll where you feel just fine.
Mhm.
You're immediately that's like if you're overdosing, that's the main
Yeah.
difference. It's not like an addiction thing. You still have the addiction, but you're not
Mhm.
overdosing at that point because it clears all the drug from your body.
Yeah.
Whew.
So is Lucy gonna like withdraw now still, or is it supposed to like just completely kick everything
I think
to
it
where she doesn't
kicked
experience withdrawal?
Yeah, I think it kicked everything. That's why you see her puke so much.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then right after she's cured,
Is that why you
um,
withdraw? Because like trace elements still in your system where your body's like craving something?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, it's not even trace elements anymore. It's your body just is used to it at that point. That
Mm,
serotonin's not being released. So it's like, what's going on? What's going on?
yeah. That's crazy, bro. Bodies are
Hmm.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
The human nervous system is just like it's such a crazy system.
it is. And, you know, from experience, it could take a lot longer than a few weeks even to get over everything.
Yeah.
I still face shit to this day. No joke. Um, but it's not nearly as every time I think about it, it's like I think about when it was at its worst, like a week into it. And it's
Hmm.
like, oh, thank God I'm not like
Yeah.
I'll never experience that again.
It's just like a bad mental health day now where you're like, fuck, I'm kind of down about this.
Yeah, or you'll wake up and you'll just feel off.
Yeah.
And it I can't even describe it, but it just like it's kind of like a hunger or a thirst in a way.
Mm, yeah.
But once you just kind of get up and, you know, do something real quick, you forget about it.
Yeah.
Coffee has been my thing lately, and it's been the type of weather to enjoy it
Hmm.
again.
Yeah.
So, and Starbucks hot chocolate, dude, so bomb.
I know. We had when did we have hot chocolate? We got some Starbucks hot chocolate and we went and like drove through like the rich ass neighborhoods in Dallas, kind of like where Mark Cuban lives.
Oh,
They
okay,
have the craziest fucking Christmas lights in like those mansions. So like we got
damn,
hot chocolate and we drove through the mansions and looked at Christmas lights. Laurel really likes to do that.
it's the most white thing ever.
I know.
Cool, cool, yeah. Happy birthday to her.
Yeah, so we had a good time.
Cool. Um,
Big 35 for her.
then she's got to get her New Balances.
She already has them.
Okay.
She's
Sorry,
got
Bill.
Skechers too, but she also
Uh,
has like I don't even want to know how many pairs of shoes she has. She's got a lot just sitting in here on the floor.
I got a lot too, man. And
She's probably got 200 pairs of shoes back
oh
there.
yeah, never mind.
Like insane amount of shoes. Like there are so many shoes in her closet. There's Look at all her shoes. That's just her pile from where she takes her shoes off after work. And like they'll just pile right there until I move them back to her closet.
Yeah, whenever I get to a certain point, I'm like, fuck, I don't even have like enough for after a week's worth of shoes and maybe a couple extra like dressy pairs. I
Mm-hmm.
start donating my shoes. I'm like, fuck, there's no way I can keep up with all
Yeah.
these.
And that's about what I have is like I think I have, a pair of like two pairs of nice dress shoes. Like I have a nice pair of brown and black like in the closet in the boxes that I'll pull out for special occasions. And like literally I've got flip-flops, I've got like a pair of like house shoes, like Vans slip-ons. Dude, the Vans fucking like loafers are fucking nice. If you don't have a pair of those, they're sick.
Loafers, huh? I don't think I've seen them.
Yeah, I don't have them in here because I'm wearing flip flops right now,
Yeah,
but they've
Vans.
got they've got a pretty nice pair here. Hold on, I'll see if I can pull up.
Oh yeah, yeah, I see them. Like the black.
What are you
There's a
looking at?
black and white one, full
I've
black.
got the blue ones that kind of look like they have like kind of mandalas and stuff on them. They're pretty cool. Or
I
not
see them.
paisley. I've got like a paisley
Paisley,
pair.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got like a paisley pair that are pretty sick.
I've never seen
Those are
these.
comfortable, dude.
These
They're
black and white
comfortable.
ones
Yeah,
are so greaser looking. These are sick, dude.
yeah.
Wow.
They're comfortable too. They're nice house shoes.
$90 dress. I mean, the ones I'm looking at are $90.
Dude, shoes are expensive now. Yeah, dude, like shoes that I feel like used to be like 40 bucks are like 80 now.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate truth. I mean, you could test your luck at one of the outlet stores and see what you can get. Sometimes the van
Oh
store
yeah.
itself online will have a buy one get one half off or 2 for 75 sale on certain items.
Yeah. Man, I'm a little sketched by the closest outlet mall to us is the Allen Outlet Mall, and there was a shooting there a couple years ago. So I'm never going there again.
A few years ago, I mean, I guess how American is that? It's like, oh, it was only a few years ago. Don't worry about it.
Dude, people started going right back like the next fucking day. It was
Yeah,
busy again,
yeah,
dude. Like it's the Allen Outlet Malls, dude. It's like one of the busiest fucking outlet malls in like North Dallas.
yeah. The ones
Crazy
out
times we
here,
live in.
I know. Back to the episode though. We do see the snake oil salesman. Do you know the name of the robot he is talking to that like he goes on a blind date with?
No.
I don't think they even covered it in the episode. So let me pull up what it stands for. It's so funny. So the name is Fisto, okay, and it stands for Fully Integrated Security Technotronic Officer, and it's basically a sex robot that is in Fallout New Vegas. You can even test it out once you help rebuild it, and so that's has to be who he met up with uh,
They just got
prior to.
robots for everything, huh? They got like security robots and sex robots, and like I'm pretty sure in like one of the last season there was like they came across like the massage robot that was like repurposed. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. One thing that I hope they bring back is um Eddie, which was a robot that followed you. It was like a hover kind of circular robot. That was kind of like your Navi in a
yeah,
sense.
okay.
Um except way less annoying. It spoke to you
Hmm.
instead of saying, "Hey, listen."
Yeah. It kinda like the droid on, the Jedi games. He's got, like, his little,
Yes.
BD-1. He's
Yes.
got his little shoulder droid that, like, scans everything, but it's not annoying. It doesn't beep at you or anything. It just, like it's like, "Press down if you want to scan," and I'm like, "I got you, bro. Let's scan."
I just be scanning a lot.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what Eddie was. Eddie kinda has I wouldn't call it tragic end, but he just disappears after the Lonesome Road DLC, where you're kinda, like, going towards Colorado, like, the Colorado area. So, the fact that he disappears in canon, and it's 15 years later, it's very possible that he's just somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, there's no evidence of that yet based off the trailers that I've seen, but that would be nice. What the fuck went in Lucy's head though to power fist the ghoul? I get she was upset, but that didn't seem like a thing Lucy would do, right?
Well, I think she realized that the plan all along was for him he was using her, and she was just like, "Oh, I thought we were friends, bro. Fuck you."
He felt bad about it though. He
I
really
know he
did.
did. I know his,
He had
like,
no choice.
his change in voice where he's just
He becomes Bane. I'm
yeah.
sorry, Batman.
I have to break up.
Yeah, I
Uh,
get it. Um,
what was it? Do you you remember when Eli would do stand up as Bane? We were
did he
he's
do Bane when he was
uh,
when he said like the if I had a nickel for every hot chick
no,
here?
no, he
Okay.
wasn't doing Bane, but he had like a whole Bane bit about how they got cable down into into like the hole in like wherever that desert was.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. How the fuck did they get?
he's he's like, I need he's like, I'm trying to set up a cable. It's so funny. Uh,
Um, it's crazy that she met Hank back up this soon in the season.
hmm.
Really curious where that goes.
Well,
Probably gonna
what
see a lot of flashbacks with
there's 3
Lucy now.
episodes left. Yeah. There's 3 episodes left, so
Norm gets
I
choked out. Is Norm gonna be, is he not looking for Norm at that point?
who?
Hank?
He doesn't know that Norm left the vault. He only knows that Lucy left the vault because she fucking showed up at the last, she showed up at
Yeah,
Moldaver's
last episode.
last episode, yeah, of the first
Yeah,
season.
Norm
So,
came out only this season.
yeah, like Norm just got out of the vault. So like Hank has no idea that, Norm's out of the vault. It's not like Hank's communicating with Betty or Stephanie, Like they have no idea what happened to Hank. They don't know what the fuck happened.
It's true. There's so many storylines in this.
Dude, I know, yeah, and, like, nobody knows anything because there's no there's no communication system, like, no mass communication system, like, it seems like the vaults can really only communicate with the other vaults that are connected to them. It's not like, those vaults are communicating with other vaults, and who knows how many little vault systems there are like that.
I mean, I'm sure there's people who've played Fallout enough that they know the maps in the Fallout world.
Yeah, but, like, in the show, we've seen what? 4 vaults? 31, 32, 33, and Vault 4? Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, that's a lot for that area.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I guess
I
it's
also think
California.
dude, I think the placement for, like, 31, 32, and 33 is kinda weird. I guess it's not that weird since it's not far from, like, Vault Tech's headquarters, but, like, nowadays, like, you think about, like, current times and, like, where people actually, like, build vaults and, like, where the government vaults and shit are, and it's like, okay, like, there's like, our seed vaults are in, like, Montana up in the mountains. Same with Colorado. There's, like, like, they say all the rich people have, like, these vaults up in the mountains to, like, withstand, stuff, and it's just like, "Oh, we're just gonna build right under our feet and flat the flat part of California."
Well, that's where those deep underground military bases
Yeah.
are underground. They call them DUMBs because that's what it stands for.
Deep underground.
Yeah, deep underground military base, a DUMB. I
Ridiculous,
know.
man.
So I think more of like weapons related stuff would be in mountains, like nuclear stuff. Um, but the deep underground, you can't put you want to avoid the nuclear stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you're right in the sense of like if they're building stuff into mountains for protecting yourselves from nuclear storage, but I'm sure in the Fallout world that those mountains already have a lot of nuclear shit in them,
Yeah, I'm sure.
where it's the
And
last place
maybe
they want to go.
and maybe you get into, like, maybe if what you were talking about, they were heading to Colorado, maybe you get into those vaults in the Rockies or something like that. So,
Maybe
eventually.
they never really cover Colorado proper. It's like the Grand Junction that you're at.
Mhm. Okay.
That's pretty much where it takes place. That last DLC,
That's where my mom was born.
Grand Junction.
It was Grand Junction, yeah.
Yeah,
She lived there until she was, like, 17, and then they moved to Denver.
that's like what the western part of the state.
Yeah, it's like, basically, like, an hour into the state after you cross over from Utah. Grand Junction's like the last piece of the flatland before you start drifting up into the Rockies to get to Denver, and that's about a 4-hour drive up into the mountains to get to Denver from Grand Junction.
What do you think happens next episode?
Ooh, man, I think you might be right about a lot of flashback stuff. I think maybe we see. I don't think we probably don't see a lot with Lucy and Hank. I think we see maybe flashback stuff between Lucy and Hank, and I think maybe we see maybe Thaddeus and Max rescue the ghoul. Don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who rescues the ghoul.
Yeah.
But Thaddeus and Maximus seem like they would be on their way to New Vegas or Freeside, I
Yeah, because
guess.
like you're talking like they just left Area 51, which really is only about an hour and a half outside of Vegas to get right. It's like an
Driving,
hour.
it takes a minute to walk.
Yeah, dude, but like they don't really tell you how long it takes. Like how
They
long,
can fast travel.
like you think about how long it took Lucy and the ghoul to walk from the fucking beach in California to Las Vegas.
Yeah, and even from Prim
Yeah,
to New
like
Vegas,
yeah,
which is
dude, like, it was like 2 episodes, and you're like, "Alright."
probably just even Pren to our old house that we lived on
Like a 30-minute
would
drive.
take a 30-minute drive, and that would take
Yeah. Ever
forever
to
to
walk.
walk to.
Yeah, I know. And we were the last exit before Pran.
Yeah. And then you consider walking from where we lived to the strip.
Oh, yeah.
I would
I would never
never.
either, dude. Took, like, even though it wasn't that far.
It would
Even just
take,
walking to the South Point from our old house would have took you for fucking ever.
I mean, I guess it would only take you a few days, right? To walk from like Area 51 to
Yeah.
East Side Las Vegas.
Yeah, dude,
Maybe
probably.
3 days at most.
Maybe, yeah. So and they don't wanna drag it out, like, how many scenes are interesting of these 2 walking through the desert having conversations, you know? Like,
Yeah. No,
exact
that would
like,
be
you know, you
retarded.
kinda yeah, dude, so you probably have one insightful conversation with these 2 in the desert, and then next thing you know, they're in New Vegas.
Yeah, I don't think we see flashbacks with Lucy and Hank in this episode because usually they do the flashbacks with like what's
While
happening in
they're
the
doing
current.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I like that about this show, dude. I
Yeah.
like that they kind of line it up, you know?
I think we end up seeing, like you said, Thaddeus, Maximus, the ghoul, and then we see what happens to Norm after he gets choked out, and maybe more um, Stephanie stuff
Yeah.
with her husband finding out she's from Canada and how that plays in. Um,
Is there anything real Canada related in the games, or is it just not really? Is there some sort of significance about her being from Canada? Like, I was like, they
that's what I was
obviously showed
trying
this
to
for a
find out.
reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if it was just her. There's a few possibilities. If it's just her like lying about who she is and the fact that she's an overseer, because everything that I've seen about Canada in the Fallout games has been like I know that it's known as the Big 51 because it's like it gets annexed by the United States shortly after the bombs are dropped. So I don't know if there's like a faction of Canadians who are trying to like um secretly not overthrow but like sabotage Vault Tech or the US government. I guess we'll find out because it's been like 15 years since the game, so there could have been some weird uprising with the Canadians. I think it'll end up being that she like has lied about who she is, but then why would she lie about who she is? That's so it's like there's something going on with Canada from from there, or the fact that
Yeah.
she's hiding where she's from.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of memes with like with the ID where it's like her face, but it's like a South Park version of her face because she's Canadian. So it's like
It's
her
like the
head is
split.
separated.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
I really want to find that's kind of like one of my favorite storylines for some reason. It's not like there's been a bad storyline. The Norm one just got interesting to me
Mhm.
ever since they started talking about FEVs and um him finally getting choked out or attacked by the dude. And sucks you won't see Lucy and the ghoul together because just as they become like the funniest part of the show, like by far, they're going to be separated now. So
Mhm.
hopefully he has good chemistry with the ghoul or Thaddeus and Maximus. What
I'm sure.
names, huh? Thaddeus and
I know.
Maximus.
Fucking was his name Maximus when he was a kid, or was he just like, or did like the Brotherhood give them new names?
I
I
think
don't
it's a
remember.
brotherhood name.
Okay. I don't
I think
remember when you saw his parents if
I
they
don't remember either.
yeah.
I think he just calls them son.
I think so too. So I think that,
It's deliberately kept from
yeah,
you.
dude. Yeah, dude. So like you get like you know, you have like Quintus and like Maximus and Thaddeus and Titus, and like I just think it's like these, you know,
Which
some
is
sort
weird
of
because the Legion is all like
the Legion. Yeah, they're
Roman names,
yeah.
and these sound very Latin.
Hmm.
So, and we haven't seen the Legion. I don't think we will the rest of the season.
I don't think so either. Maybe they come back up in like season 3 or something. You know, maybe you've kind of circled back around to these factions later, but you think we're going to see the Commonwealth, or you think the Brotherhood's kind of done for the rest of the season, and or
I
you
mean,
think anybody from the Brotherhood's going to be hunting Max and Thaddeus? They have the relic, so like obviously.
see, I think we'll find out that Hank is probably Enclave once he's with Lucy and once they start showing that, and then that'll tie in with like maybe the Brotherhood coming to the Commonwealth, or I think maybe Maximus goes to the Commonwealth, like where Fallout 3 takes place at the end of the season. I have no idea. Which makes the show so great because I have no idea where they're going with it. And I think that's why it works rather than um, media trying to redo a game storyline but have a couple different changes. It works a lot better when it's like either a side story or something that takes place in the distant future like this because you have no idea what the fuck's going to happen.
Well, I'm excited for whatever comes next.
Me too. Do you have anything else you wanted to cover?
No, not really. I will next week because there's more stuff starting this week that I'm excited about. I don't think you're going to be watching A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but I will definitely be, and I will be. I'll want to touch on that a little bit here and there as we go through the seasons. Uh, but yeah, I think that's really it this week. Not a whole lot. I don't feel like a whole lot happened this week. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
it was kind of dead.
kind of a quiet week. So kind of quiet for like news and just kind of feels like a fold over from all the political turmoil and shit that happened last week, and entertainment feels a little quiet. So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of hard things going on around the world.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna cut it on there, and we'll see you guys next week. Next episode, we'll have a guest. Rob will be back with us. So if you like the Rob episodes, tune in for the next episode. So, all right, guys, stay curious.